Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for staying tuned. In today's video I'm going to be sewing very simple dress. That is what I'm going to be sewing, cutting and sewing today. So this is the material. I'm going to be cutting 1 yard and 20 inches. 1 yard and 20 inches. I'm going to measure 20 inches. So this is 20 inches. I measure 1 yard and 20 inches. So I'm going to fold my material into 2 like this into 2. So I'm going to mark where I'm going to fix zip. So the allowance I give on the back is 2 inches. 2 inches on the back where I'm going to fix my zip. Then I mark this into 2. I'm going to fold again. It will now give me into 4. Two inches, then mark, then fold into 4 before you start your measurement. The breast tube I'm going to cut. As you can see, I remove 6 inches. 6 inches from shoulder. This shoulder part. I remove 6 inches. Then I measure 10 inches from shoulder. The way I place my tape right now, I measure 10 inches. That is the bust. So I measure from shoulder down 10 inches. The way I remove 6 inches, I mark. Then I'm going to measure under bust 16 inches. Then I mark. So bust is 40 inches. Divide by 4 will give me 10 plus 2 inches for sewing. Under bust is 36 inches. Divide by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing. So I'm going to cut. I measure 4 inches under bust. That's where I'm going to add that. And the up, I measure 4 inches. This is the upper side. The one that will relax on top your chest. So I notch the zip area 4 inches. This is the top 4 inches. I'm going to add that. So I'm going to cut the lower side, the lower part. This gown is 3 pieces gown. I cut the breast tube separate and I cut the down separate before I cut the flared separate. So it's 3 parts gown. I cut them separately. So as you can see, this is the breast tube. I just use it to compare so you understand what I'm measuring or what I'm explaining. So this is the under bust. I'm going to sew the breast tube and this one together. This is the under bust. I measure As I said, it's 34 inches divided by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing. Then from the point here where I place my tape down, I measure 10 inches. That is the hip. From where I place my tape down 10 inches, that is the hip. So hip is 42 inches divided by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing. And the bottom where I'm going to sew my flared, I'm going to measure inches divided by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing. So I mark, then I cut. This zip allowance, as you can see, the breast tube has zip allowance where I'm going to fix zip, and the middle one, this is the middle one. Breast tube is the top, this is the middle one, and the flared is the bottom one part. So I'm also fix zip. So I notch the zip parts and the waist, the middle. So I also measure 4 inches for that. So this is the breast tube and the middle part. So I'm going to cut the flared. So I measure 2 ears. I'm going to use 2 ears to cut the flared. So I measure 2 ears, fold into 2, then I will fold again like a triangle. I'm going to form a triangle. Like this. Folding it to 4, it gives me triangle shape. So I'm going to place my tape on the tip and measure. I'm going to measure around 10.5 inches because I'm going to sew it under the middle one. The bottom of the middle one is 34 inches. I divide by 4. So 34 inches, I'm going to measure to get 34 inches here where I'm measuring right now. So I've measured 34 inches and ½ inch to sew the back. I'm only going to sew the back. So after measuring that, I'm going to remove 38 inches. That is the breast tube and the middle one. This is the one I'm removing right now. That is for the breast tube and middle one. I'm cutting the flared. So I remove 38 inches, then I measure down. The full length of this dress is 62 inches. 62 inches is the full length. So I measure this 63, I leave 1 inch to hem. So I'm going to measure 63 all through like this. Removing 38 inches, I'm going to measure 63 inches. Continue like this. Then after doing that, I will cut. After I finish measuring, I mark with chalk, then I cut. The length of the flared is 25 inches. 25 inches. So I notch the necessary parts. So what you will do is to fold your material just like the main body, then place on top and cut. Then I start to sew. I use the same material to cut the lining for breast tube. So I'm going to sew the side, the two sides, and the up, and also with the back. So I'm going to show you when I'm done. I finish sewing. I'm going to bring the right side out, and I will give it a light ironing. I'm going to mark the middle. This is the middle of the breast tube. So I measure 4 inches from where I mark 4 inches. So on this side where I've already marked is 2.5 inches. I'm going to do the same to the other side, 2.5 inches. Then after measuring 2.5 inches, I'm going to draw like this with chalk, this triangle shape, then under the same. This is the up where I measure 2.5, and this is the bottom. So the side, the chalk which I mark this side and this side, join the two mats together, then the bottom the same. Then I'm going to sew the way I curve with chalk, just like this. Place the two chalk where I mark, then I sew just like this. I'm going to sew. Please pay attention to this part, this front part, the way I measure and the way I'm going to sew. So for the back, I'm only going to measure straight and sew that on the back. I'm not going to sew it like the front side, like this. I'm going to sew straight for the two sides. So after sewing the breast tube, this is how it will look like. This is it. So I'm going to start to sew the middle part. I'm going to place the main material on the table and the lining on top. Then I sew the two sides, the waist, and also with the back. Finish sewing the middle part like this. I'm going to bring the right side and iron. After ironing, I'm going to add that on the waist. I'm going to add that. I measure from the waist down 6 inches. This is the back. I'm also going to measure 6 inches on the front. Finish adding that. After that, I'm going to sew the back. So I leave about 7 to 8 inches for zip. then I sew down. After doing that, I'm going to sew the back tube on it and the front tube on the front. After sewing, I'm going to sew the flared. I'm going to sew the side, measure the round 34 inches. After measuring that, I sew. After sewing the back, then I hem. Then this is the side where I'm going to fix zip. So the next thing to do is to sew the two sides. After sewing the two sides, I will join the flared, then fix my zip. So that would be the end of the sewing. I measure the bust, the waist and the hip and the bottom, the two sides. After that, I join the flared. Going to fix the zip. So I finished sewing the zip, the side. I'm going to join the flared on the bottom. This is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, please subscribe and remember the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new ones. Please don't forget to like, comment and share. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.